About 37 years ago, 4 adults went on a cruise on a fateful day off the southwest coast of Los Angeles aboard Srlendоur, a 55-foot yacht. 3 of them would come back safely to shore, but the 4th would never see home or reach adulthood again. She was discovered floating in the water in a flannel nightgown, a down jacket, and socks the next morning. The unlucky adult in the story was a famous movie star, Natalie Woood, who was 43 years old at the time. With more than 38 million Google results for the search term Natalie Woood death, you may not think of her storied career when you hear the name Natalie Woood today. But there's more to Wood's talent and legacy than the circumstances surrounding her death. Like to find out? Watch this video to the end, hit the subscribe button for 7 years of good luck, and comment "I subscribed" in the section below, and we'll try our best to get back to you. Number 10. Her real name isn't Natalie Woood. Born on July 20th, 1938 in San Francisco, Natalie Wood's real name was Natalia Nikolaevna Zakharenko. She started performing at an early age when her mother, Maria, enrolled her in ballet classes as a small child. At the age of 4, Wood landed her first film role in the 1943 Happy Land, filmed in Santa Rosa, California, where she was living at the time. The movie, about a girl who questions the existence of Santa Claus, made Wood a star. She had won over director Irving Pitchell after her mother orchestrated their introduction. Later in life, as we'll soon see, Wood said that her mother told her to make Pitchell love you. Number 9. She isn't American. Though Natalie Woood looked like the all-American girl, she was actually Slavic to the core. She's the middle daughter of Russian immigrant parents Nikolai Stepanovich Zakharenko and Maria Stepanovna Zakharenko. Natalia and her sisters were raised Russian Orthodox, and she liked to describe her family as having been either gypsies or landowning aristocrats in Russia. In her youth, her mother had dreamed of becoming an actress or ballet dancer, and as an adult, she stated, "I'm very Russian, you know." She spoke both English and Russian with an American accent. Number 8. She never really had a childhood. Under the family's needy circumstances, Wood's mother transferred her ambitions to her middle daughter, Natalie. She would take little Natalie to movies as often as she could to watch Hollywood stars from her lap. Later in life, Woods recalls this time. "My mother used to tell me that the cameraman who pointed his lens out at the audience at the end of the Paramount newsreel was taking my picture. I'd pose and smile like he was going to make me famous or something." I believed everything my mother told me. Shortly after Natalia was born in San Francisco, she started acting. David Lewis and William Getz, studio executives at RKO Radio Pictures, changed her name to Natalie Woood. In no time, the director telephoned Wood's mother and asked her to bring her daughter to Los Angeles for a screen test. Wood's mother became so excited that she packed the whole family off to Los Angeles to live. Wood's father opposed the idea, but his wife's overpowering ambition to make Natalie a star took priority. After the huge success of Miracle on 34th Street, Natalie was working pretty much non-stop with over 20 films under her belt by the time she was 14. According to reports from Newsweek, her mother even went so far as to keep her daughter from reporting a sexual assault from a powerful producer at just 16 years old. Number 7. She always wore bracelets to cover up an old injury. During the storm scene shot at Goldwyn Studios in the 1949 Green Promise, Natalie Woood was supposed to run across a bridge, which would collapse into the torrent of water beneath after she reached the opposite side. However, the stunt went wrong and the bridge collapsed while Woood was still on it. She fell into the water, banging her left wrist as she fell. Though she managed to pull herself back up, the young actress was shaken and her wrist was broken. The bone was not set correctly, and her wrist never healed quite right. So she always concealed a protruding bone with large bracelets. Number 6. She hated her stage name. Natalie was born Natasha Nikolaevna Zakharenko, but as was common back in her early career, a studio executive changed it to the one we're used to seeing on her film credits. According to Natalie and RJ, the star-crossed love affair of Natalie Woood and Robert Wagner, she said at one point, "I didn't mind Natalie, but I hated Woood. It didn't suggest a nice image for me." Number 5. She wasn't comfortable with her look. Wood's was small, and I do mean small. Without heels, she stood at a tiny 5 foot 2 inches. She was self-conscious about her height and would frequently wear high stiletto heels to appear much taller. She would even coat her face in heavy makeup and wear low-cut dresses to try and bolster her self-image. She was once told to tone things down, to which she replied, "I'm Natalie Woods and this is how I want to look when I go out." Number 4. She had a phobia of rivers. One of the most mysterious aspects of Natalie's death is the setting that surrounds it. After she fell in a river and almost drowned while filming The Green Promise as a child, Woods suffered from an intense fear of water. It was so bad that director Elia Kazan later had to trick her into even going near a quarry for one of her scenes in Splendor in the Grass. She once claimed, "I'm frightened to death of the water. I can swim a little bit, but I'm afraid of water that's dark." Statements like this from Woods are exactly what keeps rumors circulating around her death. Many fans, friends, and family members suspect the tragic loss might not have been an accident after all. Number 3. She married the same man twice. Natalie Woods had something in common with Elizabeth Taylor. She was married to the same man twice. Her first marriage to Robert Wagner was on December 28, 1957 in Scottsdale, Arizona. On June 20, 1961, the couple announced their separation in a joint press release and divorced 10 months later on April 27, 1962. Following this, Woods dated Warren Beatty, Michael Caine, and David Niven Jr. She also had a broken engagement in 1965 with shoe manufacturer Ladislav Blahnik. After a short-lived romance with future California Governor Jerry Brown, Woods resumed her relationship with Wagner at the end of January 1972. They remarried on July 16 and gave birth to their daughter Courtney in 1974. Her marriage was considered to be one of the best in Hollywood, and there's no question that she was a devoted, loving, even adoring mother and stepmother. She and RJ had begun with love and built from there. They had overcome each other's problems and had reached an accommodation with time and the changes time brings. They were far more determined than most people to make it work. Woods and Wagner remained married until her death on November 29, 1981 at age 43. Number 2. The mysterious death. On the evening of November 28, 1981, Woods found herself in mysterious circumstances during the making of Brainstorm while on a weekend boat trip to Catalina Island aboard Wagner's yacht Splendor. On that ill-fated journey, Woods was with her husband, Robert Wagner, Brainstorm co-star Christopher Walken, and Splendor's captain, Dennis Davern. Authorities recovered her body at 8 a.m. on November 29th, 1 mile away from the boat, with a small Valiant brand inflatable dinghy beached nearby. Though Wagner said she was not with him when he went to bed, the autopsy report revealed that she had bruises on her body and arms, as well as an abrasion on her left cheek, but no indication as to how or when the injuries occurred. The autopsy also found that Woods' blood alcohol content was 0.14%, and that there were traces of a motion sickness pill and a painkiller in her bloodstream, both of which increase the effects of alcohol. According to Los Angeles County Coroner Thomas Noguchi, Woods had been drinking and she may have slipped while trying to reboard the dinghy, but her sister Lana expressed doubts, alleging that Woods couldn't swim and had been terrified of water all her life, and that she would have never left the yacht on her own by dinghy. More disturbingly, 2 witnesses reported that they heard a woman screaming for help at the time of her death. Woods was buried in Westwood Village Memorial Park Cemetery in Los Angeles, but no members of the public were allowed to go beyond the cemetery walls. Number 1. The secret revealed. In 2011, almost 2 decades after she drowned, the cold case of Natalie Woods' mysterious death blew wide open again. The captain of the yacht, Dennis Davern, finally admitted his dark secret, that he had lied to police during the initial investigation and that Woods and Wagner had an argument that evening. The evening of her death, Wagner and Woods had gotten into a heated argument after a jealous Wagner accused her of flirting with Christopher Walken. Later on, Davern asserted Wagner was responsible for her death, while Walken hired a lawyer, cooperated with the investigation, and was not considered a suspect by authorities. Were you shocked by any of these secret facts about Natalie's life? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, share the surprising info with your friends on Facebook, and smash the subscribe button for more of our celebrity videos.